Happy afternoon, children. வாழ்க வளமுடன். Yes, today Saturday, end of this week. Yes, end of this week, you're going to listen the sweet social. Okay, the session of sweet social for you. Okay, children. Last sessions, you all are asked to me when we will start the history chapters. That is today. Okay, answer my question first. What chapter you learn in social yesterday? 2 days before? And last week same Saturday? And last year in the month of same June? Is it possible you say the answer immediately? No. Yes. But the news, what happened previously last year, 10 years before, like that, we are know in a chronological order, that is history. History, the word if we hear or the people, they are saying it is a boring subject. It is story only, there is story only, nothing in it. It's not, children. History enriches knowledge, it enriches our knowledge. That is the meaning, real meaning for the history word. Okay, so history, it is the study of past and art of science. It says the answer for us, what was happened in past, why it was happened, when it was happened, how it was happened. For all these questions, we get the answers from the history only. Yes, Abdul Kalam is a great scientist, but we know about him only through his history. Okay, children? Okay, let me go to our session. Yes, here I given the definition for history. The branch of knowledge dealing with past events, a continuous systematic narrative of past events as relating to a particular people, country, period, person, etc. History enriches knowledge. It's saying systematic narrative of past events and also relating to a particular people, country, person, even a place also here. They given person again, even a place also. Example, the monuments. Monuments are a buildings, but it says a lot of messages and informations. Who built that one, why they built, what was the reason, when it was built, everything. Okay. So it particular people, country, period, person, as well as places also. Today, yes, what? This is the first chapter for you in history. What, where, how, and when. Okay. Through history, what you going to learn? The Indian history. What you going to know? Where the people, how they live, and when they live, what they did. That only we going to know from this lesson. Introduction. First, what can we know about the past? Where did people live? What people did? Yes, this only. Okay. Introduction about the lesson. The ancient, our history, Indian history, how is classified everything. What can we know about the past? And where did people in those days? What they did. Okay. Yes, listen children. Classification of our history, that is ancient period, medieval period and modern period. These are the three important classification of our Indian history. Ancient, it was very old. Medieval, in the medium, in the middle. Medieval we can say in the middle. And modern, after the medieval period, modern, after the Britishers enter, we are saying that is the modern period. That ancient history is divided into early Vedic period and later Vedic period. Listen children, first we are going, you want to know that 6th standard, 6th grade now you are. So you going to learn only the ancient period of our Indian history. Then medieval period you will learn in the 7th grade and modern period you will learn in the 8th grade. Okay. So ancient period history we going to learn this year fully. So early Vedic period and later Vedic period. Okay. Before we going, that Stone Age, Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, and Chalcolithic. Okay, Paleolithic. Before I'm giving the previous recap for you, previous chapters, what you learn in the fifth grade. Paleolithic, that is paleo, old. Lithic means stone. Paleolithic, that means old stone age. Mesolithic, that is Mesolithic, otherwise called as microlithic. That is micro, and I will say again. Neolithic, new. Chalcolithic, copper plus stone. Okay, that is called Chalcolithic. Paleolithic, old stone age. In this age, our earth is covered with ice. People lived in that area in those days. They are lived like just just an animal. How is the animal behaviors? The same. Okay, there were no dresses. They were scavengers. Their food was eating dead plants and animals. They were scavengers. Okay, then and also they were hunters and gatherers. What they hunt and gatherers for their food, and they are important discovery in this period, that is Paleolithic period, that is fire, that is the great discovery of them. And their food, that is already we discussed, scavenger, eating dead plants and animals. Next, Mesolithic. The Mesolithic people, they used the micro stone things, stone tools. So it is called Mesolithic or Microlithic. Neolithic, new, that means after the discovery of um, agriculture, they started to settle in a place. First, they are started to settle near the river side because the rivers provide water for them as well as for their agricultural purpose also. Neolithic age means that is after the discovery of agriculture, they settled in the same place. That's Neolithic age. In that age, they tamed the animals for their use, for their purpose, agricultural purpose, working in agriculture and other purpose, getting milk and meat from them. Chalcolithic, it is the age of they started to use the metal. Copper is the first metal we used by the humans. Okay, children, a small recap: Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Chalcolithic. Then, in this lesson, what can we know about the past? We know from this eating habits, what the clothes, houses, profession. Okay, what they are eating, what they are ate in those days, what was their food habits, how they are ate, from where they are get the food, everything. Then clothes, what kind of clothes they wore in those days. Houses, where they lived and what materials they used to build their houses, everything. And profession, what was their occupation, how did their living, how what they did for their living. Okay, that here we know from this lesson what people ate, the kinds of clothes they wore, the houses in which they lived. We can find out about the lives of hunters, herders, farmers, rulers, merchants, priests, craft persons, artists, musicians, and scientists. Yes, children, the history says us about the people, what they ate in those days, the kind of clothes what they wore, the houses in which they were live, and we can find the lifestyle of the people. At very first they were hunters, then herders, then farmers also, then they changed into a rulers, merchants, priest, craft person, artist, musician, and scientist. Through history we learn all these things. Now you listen. Food. First, food. What was their food practice? Early humans were skilled gatherers. That is, people who gather their food. Okay, they are skilled gatherers. They are collecting the food wherever they found. They knew about the vast wealth of plants in the surrounding forest and collected roots, fruits and other forest produce for their food. They knew because they know because they always roaming here and there because they were the nomads. So they knew where this food items are available, whether it is a fruits, roots, vegetables, and also seasonally they knew what are the fruits and vegetables available. So they are collected roots, fruits, and other forest produce for their food. You understand, children? Food. Early humans were skilled gatherers, that is, people who gathered their food. They knew about the vast wealth of plants in the surrounding forest and collected roots, fruits, and other forest produce for their food. Okay. They also hunted animals. That's very important because already we saw in the Paleolithic, Neolithic, Mesolithic, they were hunters and gatherers. So they are skilled in hunting and gatherers. Where did people live? We say early humans lived on the trees and in the caves, the dens, at the banks of rivers like Narmada. In India, where the early humans settlement place at the banks of river like Narmada. Some even lived on the mountains like Sulaiman and Kirdar hills. Where is the Sulaiman and Kirdar hills? It is now in the Pakistan area. How the people in Sulaiman and Kirdar hills. Some of the areas where women and men first to grow crops such as wheat and barley about 8,000 years ago. People also began rearing animals like sheep, goat, cattle. Yes, children, in India, because that first to sixth grade you are studying that for ancient India. In ancient India, where is the early human settlement? In the we can found in the Narmada river bank and also Sulaiman and Kirdar hills. That is the area now near the Pakistan and India. Here, the important point for you is wheat and barley is the crop first grown in that area where in Sulaiman and Kirdar hills. What was the first crop grown in that area? Wheat and barley about 8,000 years ago. Then people also began rearing animals like sheep, goat, and cattle, meaning as already they were hunters and gatherers. After the discovery of agriculture, they started to live near the rivers area and they tamed the animals. Here, in this time, they are rearing animals. What are the animals they keep? Sheep, goat, and cattle. Yes, the same point. Yes. Settlements also found in Garo Hills in northwest and Vindhyas in central. First we saw it is in the Narmada River Valley and Narmada River bank and Kirdar and Sulaiman Hills. It is in the area of India and Pakistan. And settlements now you see settlements also found in Garo Hills in northwest and Vindhyas in Central Asia. In this place also people found the settlements of the early humans in India. People lived in villages also. Here, some cities developed along river and its tributaries and later on the banks of Ganga, its tributaries and along sea coasts. Sea coast where means the Bay of Bengal. Okay, children, some cities. Till if you are seeing a lot of cities will found in on the river banks. Example, Trichy, Coimbatore, and so many areas. The cities are located on the river banks because the early human settlement started in the river banks. So that still we are found the cities on the river banks. Here also in India, the early humans were settled. We saw in the along the river Narmada and here along river and its tributaries and later on the banks of Ganga. That is important. Next session we will continue.